Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Zakli Dilansyah with name 2023 32127. In this video, I will explain about the fourth practical report with title is Virtual Private Network or VPN. Let's go to explain about practicum. Okay, wait. For number one is sudo apt update nn sudo apt install OpenVPN EC minus RSA UFW minus Y. Wait. In this step, displays the process of installing OpenVPN, EC, RSA, and UFW via the Kali Linux terminal using the command sudo apt update nn sudo apt install OpenEC RSA UFW. This update the package index and install three core component OpenVPN, ECRSA, and UFW. However, the update process failed due to a missing GPG key, causing an error, unable to locate packets of OpenVPN, ECRSA, and UFW were successfully installed. To fix this, the GPG key must be retrieved and added to the trust keyring before retrying the update. Next, we go to number 2. We type make Kadir / open VPN CA. This step shows the beginning of OpenVPN setup using EC RSA. The command creates a working directory to store certificate files. Then cd OpenVPN CA is used to navigate into it. Next, the vars. Next, nano vars. In this step, the vars file is opened with nano vars. This file contains environment variables such as country, city, and organization, which are used as default values when generating certificates. User must edit the lower part of this file below your edits below this point to personalize the certificate details. Next, we go to number 3. Executing ./ec rsa init minus pki. Initialize the public key infrastructure directory structure required by EC RSA. If run again, a warning is shown to confirm overwriting the existing PKI. Type yes to proceed. This step creates essential folders and file for issuing certificates and keys. It's the foundational step before building the certificate authority and issuing certificates for the VPN server and client. Next, we go to number 4. Number 4 is we type ./ecrsa build CA and we type ./ecrsa genreg server nopas. Okay. The CA is created with ./ecrsa build CA. The system asks for a passphrase to protect the CS private key and prompts for a common name. Once complete, the ca.crt certificate is generated and stored in PKI. Slice dot. Next, dot slice ECRSA generic server NOPAS creates the server's private key and certificate request. The NOPAS option ensure that the server can start automatically without needing to enter a passphrase each time. Next, we go to number 5. We type dot slice ECRSA sign right server and we type dot slice ECRSA gain right client NOPAS. The server certificate is signed using dot slice ECRSA sign right server. The CS passphrase must be entered to complete the process. The result is a valid server certificate stored in PKI slash issued slash dot. Then the client certificate request is generated using dot slash ECRSA generate client NOPAS. If an existing request already exists, confirmation is required to override it. This process also generates the client's private key. Next, we go to number 6. We type dot slash ECRSA sign right client and we type OpenVPN minus minus gen key secret tls minus script dot key. The client request is signed using ECRSA sign right client, producing a valid client certificate valid for 825 days. The certificate is saved in PKI issue. The TLS key for enhanced authentication is created using OpenVPN minus minus gen key secret TLS script.key. Lastly, dot slash ECRSA gen DH generates the Diffie-Hellman parameters, which are used for secure key exchange dari VPN connection setup. Next, we go to number 7. We type sudo cp openvpn ca slash pki slash ca.crt slash etc slash openvpn slash. Next, we type password for Kali Linux and next enter. Next, we type sudo cp blah 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 until them. Okay. Essential files such as ca.crt, server.crt, server.key, dh.pem, and tlscript.key are copied to /etc/openvpn. Client related files are placed in /etc/openvpn/client/dot. This file are necessary for OpenVPN to authenticate and stabilize secure communication. Mistake in file names or path may lead to errors, so accuracy is crucial. Next, we go to number 8. Okay. The main VPN server configuration file is edited using sudo nano etc openvpn server.conf. Key configuration element include port 11. Nah, okay. Port 1194 and proto UDP, devtune, batu CA, server share key, DH parameters, and TLS key, and encryption, VPN subnet, and routing configuration. And for the last, option like keep alive, persist key, and explicit exit notify for stability and graceful disconnection. Next, we go to step 9. Okay, like this. IP forwarding is required for the server to route traffic from VPN client to the internet. This is enabled by editing etc sysctl.d and 99 ipforward.conf. This ensures permanent IP forwarding even after system reboots. Without this, VPN client will not to be able to access external network. Next, we go to step 10. Okay, number 10. The command sudo sysctl --system reloads all system kernel configuration applying the IP forward setting. Then UFW is configured to allow VPN and SSH traffic. This firewall rules ensure the VPN service is accessible while preserving remote management access. Next, we go to number 11. Like this. Okay. Reloading UFW with sudo UFW reloads fails because UFW is not yet enabled. Meanwhile, the client configuration file client.conf is edited. Define the VPN server's IP, port encryption, setting, and certificate file path. Additionally, echo net slice IPv4 slice IP underscore forward equal 1 sudo tee minus a etc ufw sysctl.conf. Append IP forward setting to UFW's sysctl file for compatibility. And for the last is step number 12 is like this. To apply change or stop the VPN service, sudo systemctl stop OpenVPN. OpenVPN server instance cleanly, often done before restarting with updated configuration. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.